Guys, you wanted it, you've got it. Here is the rig rundown of the dad wagon, my 2017 Isuzu MU-X. Alright, might as well start at the front, just where any car starts. Don't mind me, I've got my phone, I've got a list of stuff because I have the memory of a goldfish. So, the front of it, as you can see, no bar protection, but I'm going to run over why a little bit later. But I want you guys to stick around to the end anyway, because there's going to be a list of questions I'll put up on the socials. People have asked about the car. Also, I'm going to reveal the full cost of this build. And I still consider it a budget build, so if you're interested in that one, stick around to the end. So we're going to start at the front. First of all, first thing you probably notice is going to be the Oricom UHF. It's on a GMF 4x4 bracket, bonnet mount bracket. Perfect for me because I don't have a bar. Let's pop the bonnet. I haven't done any engine mods, done a couple of little things, but I'm going to keep it super, super basic. I'll run over what's under the bonnet. All right, I haven't really done the engine mods as such. As we know, it is the 3-litre 4JJ1 motor. Same as the D-Max, the same kind of platform. The only thing I've really done is I've changed out to hard intercooler pipes. I've also chucked an Amaron battery in this just because they're reliable. Apart from that, I have kept it super simple and super basic. So I've kept it pretty simple with the wheels and tyres. I have gone for the KMC Mesa rims. They're a 17-inch. Got these pretty much 5 months after owning the car. Absolutely love them. A few little scratches and dings, as you expect from a car that's 4.5 years old. Well, I've owned it for 4.5 years. And they're wrapped in a Radar Renegade RT Plus. I went for the RT Plus because I've had all terrains. I didn't want to go muddies, but I wanted something a little bit more aggressive. So some of those tracks and trips we do, a little bit bonus, heaps of sidewall, heaps of side chunks on that. So I've had these for about 60,000 Ks now. They're holding up pretty well. Probably change them out soon. And to be honest, I'll probably get another pair, but they are a 265 7017. So keep it all legal, keep it all pretty good size. Don't do anything stupid here. Not long after buying the car, I wanted to upgrade some tow mirrors. I was towing a little tinny at the time, and I've towed a little camper trailer and stuff before, so went to the tow mirrors. I went to eBay spec ones. They're pretty much the same. So I've had these on for about 4 years and no issues with them. Unlike other popular brands, which have issues, not naming names, but eBay spec. Turn to the side, now I have the Outback Sapphire 180-degree awning. I used to run the 270, same as the Outback Sapphire, but if you know, you have a wagon with a lift-up tailgate, absolute pain in the ass. So went the 180, bit of side shade for me, especially when I'm at the beach or with the kiddies, or at camp. A little bit of shade, so it rains a bit, all that kind of stuff. Includes, this one, it's not bad. It includes all your lights underneath, so bit of light, bit of sun protection, and perfect for the wagon. Yo, up here. This is the Outback Sapphire X-Hinge rooftop tent. Been running this one for about a year now. It is not a bad bit of kit. Obviously you can see the front section for my leg room has a bit more room. Being 6'1", absolutely bonus there. But not a bad bit of kit. All your lighting, all your pouches, kind of like your standard rooftop tent stuff. But coming at a good price, a little fair price on this one. Run through that at the end. But good little sleeping quarters for me. Gets me out on the road. While we're on the side, I might as well just quickly go through. I just run a little shower tent, just run the XTM one, just from BCF. I don't really use it that often, to be honest. I use it more as a change room, occasional shower on the road, but handy little bit of kit, especially with the kids getting changed, like the beach kind of stuff. So not a bad little thing, pretty cheap, but it's all I need. All right, let's go to the back. This is where all the magic happens, given I am a chef and love my cooking. And trust me, I have set this car up to be exactly that, my little kitchen on wheels. So forgive me, I got my phone again, just so I remember everything. But as you can see, full custom setup. So we're just gonna run through that quickly. We have the full custom setup from JC Fit Outs. I worked with Sam and the team on this one for a little bit, and we came up with a really cool design of kind of what I would want and get the most out of being a chef on the road. So love me 85 litre upright fridge. It's just a King's one, so coming in at 500 bucks. Couldn't say no to that. I have had that in the car for about almost 3 years now and hasn't skipped a beat, so can't complain about that. Not a bad bit of value for money. On that one, I have my fridge organiser on there, a little bit of self-promotion on that one, but this is my little kitchen setup. With these custom drawers, I wanted to go for something that is going to be useful to me. So I have gone with a full pull-out pantry on this one. I tell you right now, after not having a pantry than having a pantry in your car, it is absolute bliss. So much more storage. Given that we have a medium-sized wagon here, I don't have the width of, say, a larger wagon or four-wheel drive. I've had to compromise. So we've compromised on the width of the drawers. It's not bad though, because given that a lot of people will put their cooking stuff and dry store and pantry and stuff in their drawers, I have a massive pantry here. Yes, I still use some of it for that, but I haven't really lost space. I just got to pack smart. So along the back here as well, we have the MyRack drop-down table off the swing-away. So MyRack is an Australian-made company, Australian-made product here in WA. Full steel construction. I've been following these guys for a couple of years, and then Lewis and I teamed up and jumped on this one, and it's an absolute beast of a thing. If you don't want to run a full rear bar, which is about 3 times the weight and 3 times the cost, this is an absolute bonus for the car. So swing away straight in your tow hitch, and it is ADR approved. Still run, you can still tow 2 tonne off it. Still carry a full-size spare. One of the absolute bonuses of why I got it, because I was running an undersized spare for about 3 years. I know, idiot. But full-size spare, jerry can holder on that, allows me to put the Camper's Choice bin bag on it, which is awesome. Gives me a great little bin right at the back there. And I also have a little pouch here, which has my silage hoses in it for my on-tap. So all my hosing and all that kind of stuff, so ready for the kitchen. As you can see, it's all kind of right there for me. But the MyRack with the drop-down table gives me that extra bit of table space here. You've probably seen my videos where I cook up, and it is just perfect. Everything's at the same height. Like, how can you say no? Moving into the electrical stuff. So I have a huge iTech wheel setup. It is probably too big for a car, but what I do, using induction cooking sometimes, charging stuff, charging cameras, it's perfect for me. Probably a bit too much for everyone else, but 300 amp hour lithium battery paired with a 40 amp DC-DC charger, 40 amp AC charger. It has a 2000 watt inverter, and I've got obviously the shunt, the screen here. I've gone for the off-road living GPO outlet. It is perfect because you don't need an electrician to install it. It is literally a plug and play extension lead straight into your inverter, which also helps out as it mitigates the use of electrician. So it keeps it all legal, but perfect because I've got 2 power points right here. I've used one of the power points off the back of the inverter, and I've still got access to one on the side if I need to, say, charge some more stuff off the side. Easy. We've also got three ports here, so USB ports and a SIG port still, because sometimes some things still run on SIG, so it's all handy to have. Got the display for the shunt there. Brilliant bit of kit. You can see what's going in, what's going out. Battery level, charge level, all that kind of stuff. So all the information I need, keep it basic, keep it simple. I've got a remote display screen for my inverter there as well, so I can also see how much that's kind of pulling as well. And I've gone with a quick little Anderson plug there. Some things run off Andersons, all that kind of stuff. So I've kept it stupidly simple, but it's a whole lot built in a little package. And I've tried to utilize the most out of a wagon, and I think I've done pretty well. Let me know what you guys think down below though. But let's jump on the inside of the car. Alrighty, let's jump in the car and run through a couple of little basics I've got. So, I'm going straight to the Oricom. So, right here, perfect for me to reach. Got the Oricom handheld. Kept it super simple with the Oricom. The aerial changes out to be a stumpy or a long one, depending on what kind of terrain I want to be on. I've also gone with a full-time rear camera, a digital rear vision. As you can see, I can't see out the back, and it comes in super handy because the screen on this one, it's kind of a wide screen, so I can still see my peripherals a lot easier than a normal mirror. Anyway, but this is the Warrior 4x4 one. They don't make them anymore, Warrior 4x4. I think they stopped doing them about a year ago, but I've had no issues with it. I've had it for about 4 years now. As soon as I put the cargo barrier in, I jumped on it, chucked it straight in. So not a bad bit of kit. They don't do it anymore. So if you're looking for other brands, there's plenty of other brands that are out there that do them. I also I've mounted a quad lock. So I have a quad lock case on my phone. I was sick of phone holders and screens, everything falling off your windows, all that kind of stuff. All your suction ones absolutely suck. So I went for a pillar mounted one. This is that strong. It does not go anywhere. Phone straight on that. I can see where I'm going. My map's straight there. Over the roughest terrain, it does not vibrate, nothing. Got that idea from a video showing me how, Adam. So, brilliant bit of kit. Years and years and years ago, he did one and absolutely loved it. Apart from that, I'm pretty stock in here. Everything's pretty standard. Little dash mat. 2 different dash mat organisers up here. We have both Campers Choice run 2 of them in their stock. There's the premium and the standard one. Got one of each. Super handy. I put a UHF radio in here. This one's zip up, so if you want to hide in the way so no one can see, kind of thing. But this one's got my tyre pressure monitor in here, so easy grab stuff, UHFs, and then kind of lock away stuff like here if you don't want anyone to see. But perfectly up on the dash, all I need. I'm also running a little armrest here. This is Ronnie Dahl's one actually. Grabbed this off him at the one of the 4-wheel drive shows a few years back. So, but that's awesome for anyone who has a wagon. I mean, obviously you see all your 70 series, have your armrests, all that kind of stuff. So they don't make them for these kind of cars, but perfect height for these kind of, especially for an MU-X. But yeah, absolutely love it. But apart from that, I have also have a Hike-It. So I have a Hike-It throttle controller here. Chuck that in. No, it does not give you extra power. So any of you idiots on the friggin' line who go, I'll put one in for extra power, you're an idiot. It is purely there because, as you know, bit of diesel lag. So takes that bit of diesel lag out of the car. Obviously has multiple modes, which I enjoy. Needed to overtake, chuck it in Hike-It mode. On the beach, chuck it in Hike-It mode. Obviously you can dial that back up and down. I run it on sports mode every day, but I put it on about medium, so I've dialed down to sports 5. I think that's a perfect amount for your daily driving. Reduce that lag, and also just gives that car a bit more drivability, especially in and out of traffic, all that kind of stuff. So, alright guys, I jumped in the back now. As you can see, I'm running the Camper's Choice rear seat organizer. Fairly new product. I've been running it for a few months now. So Joel has whipped up an awesome rear organizer. He's kind of taken into consideration what most people don't. So, you see a lot of on the market have multiple pockets, but the reason I really like this one, it's versatile. My kids sit in the back. It has everything they need. You can fit a full-size Yeti in this. This isn't even a full-size Yeti. There's plenty of room here. So full-size cup holder, bottle holder there. Multiple pockets, different elastic ones here. Multiple little patches in there. Wipes, tissue holder. So perfect for, especially for a family. I can still reach that from the driver's seat. Get me a drink, need a tissue, whatever. So. Pretty bit of kit, absolutely love this one, and well done Joel for this one. Check it out if you need one. Alright, running the K-On cargo barrier here in the back. Super handy obviously to divide everything up as well, but also Camper's Choice run these little bags as well. I've been running these for a while. Handy little pockets, I put some lighting in there. Got all my rechargeable lighting, all my cables, all that kind of stuff. So that's what I run in them. They're super handy to have. I can fit obviously more, but they've been awesome. Also got the survival first aid. Always have first aid kit in the car. I run the ARB rear seat cover. I I used to work for the company and got it at a cheap price, so discontinued, so why not? No, but it's been good to cover those seats up. For onboard air, guys, I've kept it stupidly simple and gone the cheap option. I have the XTM compressor. I've got that linked up with a 9-meter retractable hose reel from Bunnings, all linked up. 9 meters retractable air hose out the back. Works a treat. I've had no issues with it, so just shows you don't need to go expensive if you don't need to or can't, but I've had no issues with it, so not a bad little bit of kit. Alright guys, the suspension, I've kept it super simple and legal because this is my everyday, this is my family car, so I'm not going to do anything stupid. End of the day, this is a tourer. This isn't going to be sent up stupid rock mountain, anything like that. Yes, it can still do some stuff. Being a wagon, short wheelbase, pretty good performance, so pretty happy with it, but I've kept it super simple, so I'm running the Outback Armour suspension. I'm just going for their basic nitro kind of kit. It has done me the world of good. It's been fine. I've had it in the car for about 4 years now. No issues with it at all. The only thing I changed out was my rear springs. So they only do 100 kilo constant weight for the MU-X. Wasn't enough for me, given my setup and obviously everything I put in there. So I went for the ARB Old Man EMU 200 kilo constant rear coils. And I've also paired them with the Airbag Man airbag. So I run those at a constant 15 PSI. And that now sits the car beautifully level. No issues with it at all. So keep it simple and keep it legal. I've also, due to the obviously 2-inch lift and being an IFS vehicle, I've also chucked in an all-terrain industry front diff drop kit just to correct those CV angles and helps out a little bit. That is the little bit of a rig rundown on the car. Appreciate you watching. You guys have sent in, I put up a little poll on Instagram the other day just before recording this. You guys sent in some questions about the car, and you've also had some idiots put some stupid things in there. So I'm going to name and shame those ones as well. All right, let's start. Had some really good ones as well. So let's start with Wild Child 85. Jeff, you're an absolute moron. Does your boyfriend like it? I don't know, mate, do you? All right, West Australian, Matty. One thing you love and one thing you hate about having a wagon. Great question, mate. All right, love, short wheelbase, not as long as a ute, even though I've now extended mine with the rear wheel. So parking's a lot easier. Cheaper to set up than a ute. So if you're going to do like a suspension's cheaper, if you're going to do a full tub setup or a train cambio setup, it is cheaper. And they just drive nice. I've had utes in the past. And I've also had the wagon. Honestly, probably if I got moved up from this one, I'd probably still go a wagon of some kind, or an extended wagon that is a 78 model. But no, love that. Hate, lack of space. So it kind of is ironic with my love question. As we know, wagons reduce space, pack smart, but I think I've done that really well with this build, so not really a hate, but an inconvenience. Got that one. What we got here? Nishian, so she's asked a few questions here. If you had to pick one favourite camper's choice must-have, which would it be and why? Jeez. Can I just go off the bat and say all camper's choice products are amazing? No. Probably a few. I'm not going to pick one. Clear up bags, obviously brilliantly Australian. First of all, Australian-made company. This stuff's going to last you forever. So you can go buy once, buy it properly. You can go buy a million times, go buy Chinese, do whatever you want. I don't care. But for me, quality-made products here in Western Australia. His bags are amazing. The rear seat organiser is probably my new favourite at the moment. As I said to you when we did the rig rundown, good for the kids, good for me. I can reach it. And a handy little bit of storage, so, and fairly priced being Australian made as well. So next big mod, I am not doing any more mods to this car. It is completely done. I don't think weights allow me to do any more. But also there's no room for any more on this as well. So I think I've set up the wagon pretty well. There's gonna be no next big mod. Next big mod will probably upgrade the car, to be honest. But no, I love it. It's staying around for a while. Can't afford to upgrade at the moment, so love it, staying. If you could change one thing in the rear setup, what would it be and how would you have built it different? I'm going to be boring and say nothing. I think I've built this and designed this with Sam from JC pretty well. Good little collaboration of minds coming in together here about what I would benefit from. This kind of setup benefits me. It's not going to suit everyone. It suits me and what I do and my needs and just what I want to do and how I camp. So wouldn't change a thing, but appreciate the questions. Kyle Smith, mate, when are you buying a Prado? Never buying a Prado. Look, nothing wrong with the Prado, not good cars, reliability, all that kind of stuff. But when I went to buy this, I looked at a few options, and we'll get to that with another question coming because I've already read these. But for me, Toyota tax, couldn't justify it. Isuzu, I knew they were reliable, the 3-litre 4JJ1 engines. You can also tune them up really well, which I'm not going to, but history shows you can. And I think for the price range of what you get in this with reliability, short wheelbase, it can perform. I think it's a very underrated vehicle. That's why I didn't buy a Prado. Nick, I'm not even going to read your question because you're an absolute dick. So no, I don't have any female toys in my car, mate. Sorry. Also, my mate Chris from Melbourne, another idiot. When does this car come in men's? It does, obviously behind you. Hilarious, mate. What we got? Bryce, 89. Do you have lockers? If so, is it twin locked or just single locked, front or rear? No lockers, mate. Look, I've never really had a desire for lockers. I don't think I'd do the kind of wheeling that it needs them. As I said, this is an everyday car. This is my daily, the family car, and it's more set up as a tourer. I have thrown this car around some big tracks as well, and it's performed well. Yes, there is some limitations to the car, but I think, yeah, it's done well for what it is, and the tracks I take it on, it's not going to go up a rock cliff anyway, so no need for lockers, mate. Cheers, appreciate the question. Matty Burgess, when are you coming to the Pilbara? You think you ask me this every 6 months, mate? I want to get up there, trust me. Look, hopefully I can make it up there next year. That'd be good. If you're going to supply the beers, I'll supply the food. How about that one? GWM Tank Zach. So this refers back to similar to what Kyle's question was. Why the MU-X? Instead of, say, a Prado, Everest, Fortuner. Can't wait for the video. Cheers, mate. Appreciate it. Your support's been awesome over the years as well, so thank you for the comment. Kind of went over that with what Kyle said, with Kyle's question. It suits me, it suited my budget. Why didn't I go a Prado? I've kind of answered that one. Why didn't I go an Everest? Because I want reliability. Sorry to all the haters, but not going a blue badge. Sorry, mate. Fortuner as well. Look, Fortuner come in at a better price than the Prado. Reliable, Hilux, built off a Hilux platform as well. So, but same thing. I think it's slightly bit more than the MU-X at the time. When I bought this, around the same year models, and also as well, I've noticed as when I went to buy this as well, the kilometres. So the kilometres on the car, I bought this at 80,000. Everything around the same price range for that. Obviously, I explored options as well, like, you know, with Toyota, Prado, that kind of stuff. The kilometres on those were insane. No one was around this price range at this many Ks, so that's probably another reason why. But nah, cheers for that, mate. Another one from Wildchild85, Jeff. Mate, you're doing my head in. How do you store your green screen when traveling? So Jeff's got this theory that I don't actually go anywhere. I green screen everything. Mate, if I was that good at filming and editing, I don't think I'd still be working full time. So yeah, cheers, mate. Appreciate it. Another two from Nishian. what do you store in the bags behind the back seat on the cage? So they're those little Camper's Choice cargo barrier little bags. So run through that a bit earlier. So I personally got some lighting, some rechargeable 12-volt lighting in there, some extra cables, all that kind of stuff. So that stuff you just don't want in your drawers, you want it out of the way. Super handy to have up there. And favourite patch on my roof, obviously mine. Look, I've kind of, love all the patches, appreciate the whole patch community is awesome. So it's funny how that started and took off and everyone kind of jumped on it. And it's good to have all your favourite people and I guess your creators and all that kind of stuff and brands on there. So I've kept some really good ones up there, and who support me and I support them up there, and yeah, cool little community. So, but also, if you want one of my patches, wildfiretouring.com. But look guys, appreciate the questions. And yeah, let's go through the budget for this build. Alrighty, so this is the moment that we've all probably been not scrolling to the end for. I'm going to film my Netflix documentary. Joking. We're going through the full cost of this build. Now, as I said, I still consider this a budget build. It's not the most expensive rig on the road at all. But let's run through it and I'll give you a full total of what this kind of setup cost me and would cost you. So I'm going to have a full disclaimer here. I have had a lot of help with a lot of brands on this one. So the prices I'm going to give you are retail prices of what this would cost to build. So, but as I said, there's been a couple of brands that jumped on this, which I am absolutely grateful for. Feel very, very fortunate. But yeah, I'm going to give you the full price of what it would be retail for this. So I bought this car second hand. It is a 2017 Isuzu MU-X LSM. So the LSM is the base model. I went for the base model because I didn't want the chrome, didn't want any of that stuff. Any of the chrome I've already blacked out. So I didn't want to pay an extra few grand for a DVD player and some more speakers. So essentially that's all you're going to get, and a bit of an upgraded interior. But I went for the base model. I bought this 4.5 years ago. I bought it for $40,000. Second hand, it already had 80,000 on the clock. It now sits at just over 190,000 on the clock. So in 4.5 years, I've put over about 115,000 on it. So she's seen some good adventures. But let's run through a list of everything. I'm going to put it on the screen here as well, just so you guys can see a breakdown of the cost. So let's start with the Oricom UHF. So a lot of these prices as well, I'm going to give you estimate prices. I can't exactly remember everything I paid for all these, but I'm going to go off what's on the market now and kind of what I remember paying as well. So Oricom UHF pack, about $300 for this one. The GMF 4x4 bonnet bracket for that. They're about $85. The All-Terrain Industries intercooler hard pipes, they're about $165. The KMC Mesa 17-inch rims, they're about $350 each, comes in at $1,750 for 5 of them. Also went with the Radar Renegade RT Plus 265 70/17 tyres. They're about the same price, about $350 each, so $1,750 all up for those for 5 of them. Outback Armour 2-inch lift, $1,800. I just bought it and installed it myself. Saved a bit of money there. Airbag Man, I bought those off eBay from Spares Box on eBay account. So $320, I got those at a good price. ARB Old Man Emu 200 kilo rear coils, about $400 for those. All-Terrain Industries diff drop kit, so that was about $250. Up top we have 3 Rhino roof bars. They're about $1,000 for those. I installed those myself as well, so saving a bit of labour there as well. 40-inch XTM light bar, about $150, so a bit of a cheapie, but that's all I need for now. Outback Safa X-Hinge rooftop tent, they're about $3.5 grand. Outback Safa 180 awning, they're about $1,000. Ridge Rider, on top I've got a Ridge Rider, so they're from Super Cheap Auto. 160 watt solar panel, I think they're about $120 from what I remember. XTM shower awning from BCF, that was about $200. The rear, so the MyRack tow hitch swing away tyre carrier with the drop down table, with the jerry can holder, the full kit and caboodle, they're about $2.5 grand. So as I said, a lot cheaper than a rear bar, a lot lighter and versatile. What else have I got? Camper's Choice bin bag, they're about $200. On tap jerry can, $180. JSC full fit out. So a fit out like this, as I said, they do it all full custom. So whatever you guys want, basically Sam is awesome. He'll sit down with you, run your concept, probably rein you in a bit like he did with me. So make shit so it is actually going to work. But for a system like this, so just the cabinetry, all that kind of stuff, is about $4.5 grand, but quality for $4.5 grand. 85 litre upright King's fridge, $500. I check well 12 volt system. All my systems is about $3,200 around all that. Compressor, XM compressor, nice cheapie, $150 there. And it's one of those ones in the bag, I've just permanently mounted it. 9 metre retractable hose from Bunnings, they're about $80. Karen cargo barrier, $400 on that one. Renegade grips, the grip handles, I've replaced them to some custom paracord handles. They're about $100, probably about the full set I've got in there. Maybe a bit more. I just put $100 down, I can't remember. Dash mat, about $70, I'm super cheap. 2 dash mat organisers, $150 for the pair. So they're not too bad. As I said, I got the premium and the standard model. ARB rear seat covers, they're about $300 for that one. That's a neoprene. They don't make that anymore. I got it discontinued when I worked there for a lot cheaper price than that. But about $300 for that one. Canvas Choice rear seat organiser, they're $120. And for $120 for Australian made quality, that is going to last you generations. So good bit of kit on that one. I've got a Temu cargo net up top above my rear seat. That was about $20, I think, I don't know. Hike-It throttle controller, they're about $200. Windows tinted, so tinted all around, about $200 for window tint, which sounds cheap because I have a mate who does it. Solar screens, I've got the full touring kit besides the rear windows, so I've got about $200 for the solar screens in there. The Warrior 4x4 full-time rear camera, they're about $400. So if you've been adding it up on the way, this build comes to around, estimate, $66,265, which I still reckon is quite a budget build these days, considering the car was second hand and coming at a good price. So budget build definitely compared to what's on the road at the moment. So there you go, full cost breakdown of the MU-X. Thanks for watching, guys. If you've liked that one, let me know below. Let me know some comments below what you thought of this kind of video, as you normally see me cooking up. But this has been a massive request by people, wanting to know everything about the car, which was awesome. It's great to have the interest in the car, and it gets me out on the track, gets me cooking, gets me doing more videos for you guys, gets the family away as well. So let me know what you thought below, but as always, like, subscribe, all that kind of stuff. Helps me build the channel, helps me build the brand Wildfire, and so I can bring you some more stuff. So there you go. There is the Dad Wagon.